but you want news? We want seasoning. Let's get to the waiver wire hot sauce.
We want a little bit more spicy. Thanks to Mike Garafola for joining us. Two big names with Jordan Mason and Jalen Wright right there. Two guys that we're going to be looking at on the waiver wire this week. You already know that. I don't need to do anything crazy right there as I'm trying to work this button, and it doesn't matter. I'll just let this. There we go. I got it. Let's go to the waiver wire hot sauce for flavor profiles of guys you want to know. Let's start with a mild but flavorful, and it's Isaiah Likely. This is kind of like when my son, when we were sitting there at Don Ramon's the other day, and he's dipping his quesadilla into ketchup. Like it's mild. We call that Arizona spicy, but still it's mild. Like whatever, it's fine. He doesn't have he's got the flavor profile of a Tempe resident. But here's the thing about Isaiah Likely that you need to remember. Mark Andrews still ran more routes. He had more snaps. And guess what? Teams watch film. And now they're going to look at Isaiah Likely and be like, maybe we need to roll some coverage his way. Mark Andrews had been corralled by the Kansas City Chiefs in the past. So I don't want you to overreact too hard for that. But if you have somebody like Jake Ferguson, a tight end who was injured this week, Isaiah Likely is a pretty good option. All right, let's get spicy. And let's get spicy with a quarterback who, when you were a child like my boy, this might have been too spicy for you now, but now you can kind of palate it. And I'm talking about Baker Mayfield, a player who has gone out and done a remarkable job with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it actually really goes back to his time with the Los Angeles Rams when he worked with Sean McVay, Liam Cohen, and players like that. And even last year with Dave Canales came out there. And now we kind of see that it wasn't a fluke. Now, this was a pretty good matchup for Baker this week against the Commanders. But still, I think that he's earned enough confidence from us that, again, if you're missing Jordan Love, this is where you go out and make a move for Baker Mayfield. Don't be disappointed in one of the other quarterbacks who might have struggled a little bit this week, like Dak Prescott. Actually, I told you on Sunday to pick him up over Dak Prescott. But we're not going to be talking about old stuff now. But Baker Mayfield is a good option for you. All right, let's go 3-alarm. 3-alarm, and we're going to go down to Duval. And they do spice a little bit differently. It's not that it's bad. It's just different. If you're sitting there on Angel Beach and it's a little bit more Tabasco-y based, it's just a little bit different. But Tank Bigsby actually had a bigger role in week one than we wanted him to. A lot of us were invested in Travis Etienne, and it was almost a 50-50 split. Now, Travis had some problems holding on to the football and stuff like that. But listen, there was a 2-week gap between the last preseason game, which a lot of guys didn't play in, and week one. So we don't want to overreact, but at the same time, if you have Travis Etienne, you need to pick up Tank Bigsby because you don't want to be into a situation like what would happen with Christian McCaffrey on Monday night where you're just standing around being like, oh, great, I don't have a running back to go with. Somebody to keep an eye on. All right, now let's get El Diablo. El Diablo, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Jordan Whittington. That's right. Puka Nacua is going to be out for a number of weeks, which means we should go out there and get a Rams pass catcher. And there are a couple of guys that you can do it with. There are guys, Demarcus Robinson, the other Johnsons out there too. Here's my thing. When I walk in to Don Ramon's or La Cabana or Miguel's Jr., I say, give me the hottest sauce. Give me the most upside. Now, obviously, he didn't play a lot when Puka Nacua went out on Sunday against the Lions. But these things have a tendency to work out because now that they have a full week to put him into the game plan, we will not ignore what we saw in the preseason. Is this history repeating itself with a day 3 wide receiver becoming a huge star with the Rams? I don't know. But this is the guy that I would take a shot on because I think he has the most upside and the most potential. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the waiver wire hot sauce. Sorry about that. Sorry. Got to pay attention over there. Patrick.